So why is a voice important? This referendum is about recognising and celebrating First Nations people. It's about listening to what First Nations people are asking for: truth, treaty and a voice. This could be the start of a decade of change for First Nations people. First Nations people have been fighting for their survival, for their rights, for their culture, for generations. For too long, they have been ignored while governments have made policies directly affecting their country, their families and their communities. And we know this approach has failed. We are still waiting on the recommendations of the Aboriginal Deaths in Custody and the Bringing Them Home reports. Currently, only 4 of the 19 Closing the Gap targets are on track. First Nations people are more likely to go to prison than they are to university. First Nations people have a lower expectation and higher rates of preventable diseases. They are overrepresented in our prison system. They are disproportionately impacted by our criminal justice system and receive harsher penalties. Make no mistake, this was not always the case. For thousands of years, First Nations people have managed this land and themselves, followed cultural protocols and practices. They were deeply connected to country, culture, and our communities. This has all changed since colonisation, and it's about time we started addressing the clear systemic and structural disadvantage. The voice is about making sure real experts in communities can give advice about the issues that are affecting their families and their communities. It's a way of giving recognition also while making practical change for First Nations people. A better future is possible if we can come together and demand better. It's time, Australia. All of us together, we can make history.